what a year it's been. To think at the beginning of this year I was applying to work at a water park, and now I'm 1,300 miles away from home in a whole nother state, experiencing a life I've been anticipating for years. It's crazy. 2022 was the blueprint for my life. I did so many things this year that has prepared me for the next chapter. You know, at the beginning of 2022, I wrote down a handful of goals in my journal, and I'm quite curious to see if I reached any of them. My first goal was originally 10,000 subscribers, but I realized how unrealistic that was, and I changed it to 10,000 views, which also turned out to be unrealistic, and I didn't reach it, honestly. My second goal was to buy a car, and I did it. I actually bought my own car, and it's still running strong, and I love it more than anything. My third goal was to go to Utah. I did it. I'm in Utah. Made a ton of videos in Utah. I'm having a great time in Utah. It's an extremely gorgeous state. Now, my fourth goal was to get a job and keep it for 5 months, and I didn't keep a single job for a conglomeration of 5 months, but over the course of the 2 jobs that I worked in 2022, I worked for over 7 months of the year, which is pretty good to me. My fifth goal was to live more in the present. Honestly, I don't think I did it. I think I'm living more in the present than I did in the past, but I definitely still think about the future a lot, and it's probably the biggest catalyst in my life, and it's always been something I've tried to improve on. I think the mountains in Utah and just the nature in general has really helped me on that, but I'm definitely still not where I want to be. My sixth goal was to consistently work out. I definitely did that. I am very happy with my body. I feel like I look great right now. This is pretty much the best I've ever looked in my life, which is exactly what I was wanting. My seventh goal was to consistently wake up early. I think I did that for the most part. Of course, there's days where I sleep in, but when I wanted to wake up early, I did. And I would say majority of the year, I never woke up any later than 9 a.m. And finally, which was a repeat of the fifth goal, focus on the present. Clearly, this was an important topic to me, and I also might have just been really tired when I was writing this. Clearly, living in the present was really important to me, and it's something that I still find really important, that I'm still striving to work towards. You know, I've noticed when I write down my goals, I tend to be more likely to achieve it, or at least work towards achieving it, than if I never wrote it down in the first place. So, I'm gonna write down my goals again. It's time to set some goals for 2023. For starters, I would like to find a job/jobs in which I can sustain up until at least summer and hopefully through summer. I'd also like to get a close group of friends. It can be just 1 or 2 people that are my rock to fall on. I didn't really find that this semester, and it got pretty lonely. I do not want that to happen again. Next, I'd like to finish out my spring semester. That's a pretty easy goal, but it has significance. Now, this summer is kind of the branch of my year, and it could cause a lot of changes that I'm not dead set on, but the more that I think about it, the more I do become dead set. What I'm about to say is kind of a big deal, and I kind of really want to do it. I want to take a gap year. Now, that gap year could turn into a permanent dropout, but I would never shut that door until the time actually comes. What I'm doing with that gap year is actually really exciting. With the money I made from working up until that point, I would want to use it to travel the country. While I travel, I want to make videos like I've always been doing, but also try to create a proper business as well. I'm not one to really read, but when I do, it has quite a significance on me. I just recently finished this book called Unscripted. It was a fantastic book that kind of opened my eyes and ignited a fire in me that I had never really felt. It's also what formulated this idea. So yeah, I want to travel for a year and see what I can accomplish with it. If YouTube takes off, great. If whatever business I pursue takes off, also great. But if YouTube never lifts off its feet and my business falls flat on its face, then I don't know, because I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen. This is going to be an extremely exciting year, and I'm so optimistic for my future. Honestly, leave your goals in the comments below, not only as a benchmark for yourself to come back on, but also I'm curious.